Do you watch the Olympics? I am so freaking pumped. It is June of 2024. Next month, the Summer Olympics start and they're in Paris, and I am so excited. The Summer Olympics is actually my favorite. I love gymnastics, the swimming, the track and field. I am just amazed by the skill of athletes. And to be honest, it kind of encourages me to want to better myself as far as exercising and getting a little bit more in shape, which I have let myself go. I'm Selena Faye, your midlife guru coach, best friend, whatever you want to call me. I'm here to talk all things midlife today. And today I'm going to be talking about finding joy in your life. And one thing that helps me find joy in my life is loving and seeing the joy in other people's lives. And that is one reason I love the Olympics. Right now in the United States, they have the U.S. Olympic trials going on where the athletes are trying out to see who gets to make the Olympic team and who gets to go represent the United States at the Olympics in all the different divisions. And I'm loving watching it. Before, I never did that. I don't know if it was available to the public or not, but it's on Peacock, the streaming service. And so you can watch those trials. And it's so sad and heartbreaking to see the people that don't make it. But it is such a joy to see the pure joy and excitement on the people's faces that get told they've made it into the Olympic team. They have tears of joy. Their family has tears of joy. There's jumping, there's crying, it's all of it. And it just makes me smile. It makes me so happy. I can remember when my kids were younger and we took a trip to Disney World. We live in Texas, so it wasn't a short, around the block trip. It was a huge vacation trip that we made. And I can remember the first night that we're sitting there and we're looking at Cinderella's castle and the fireworks show is going off and just seeing the joy in my kids' faces. I literally cried tears of joy because they were so happy and so immersed in the moment. And I want you to have that joy too. And we can. And it doesn't have to be in the big moments like at Cinderella's castle at Disney World or because we make the Olympic team. It's in our everyday. We can find joy. We can find joy in the little things. Those little things can make you just as excited. It might not bring you to tears watching the joy in your child's face, but it can bring you lots and lots of happiness. So how do we find those little things? How do we go from always seeing the negative things in life to seeing the good things and the positives? Well, one of the best ways to do that is practicing gratitude. And that is simply just looking at the little things. But like I said, it's hard to do. So I started this over a year ago, this tip I'm about to tell you. And it has immensely changed my life. And I would say it within as quick as a month, I was starting to see good things and see that my life was so full of good things. The bad things were just little ticks versus the way I was seeing things as far as lots of bad things and every once in a while a happy tick. So here is the thing you do. Every day you write down 3 things you're thankful for. Do you have a calendar? Maybe you use the calendar on your phone. Maybe you have a paper calendar. I'm a paper and pencil person, not real great with technology. And then you can just do it off memory, whatever you want to do. If you can write it down and you can see it and you can say it, you remember things a little bit better, but you find what works for you. Sometimes people like to do this in the morning. I personally like to do it at night as a reflection of my day. But every day I write down 3 things that I'm thankful for. But here's the kicker. You can never repeat any of the things that you've previously said. So when you first start this practice, it's good. I have 3 kids. Boom, I'm thankful for those 3 kids. Next day, I'm thankful for my 2 grandkids and my mom. The next day, I'm thankful for my house, my car, my job. The next day, I'm thankful for this dog and the ceiling fan. But as the time goes on, it's harder and harder to think of things. At first, there's lots of things you can pop off, but then it becomes a little bit harder. One time I was thankful for my heating pad. I was thankful for menstrual products and thankful for my dog because I was on my period and I was having a hard time. So then it becomes harder and harder to find things that you're thankful for. And then over time, it's like, I don't know if I said I was thankful for that. So let me come up with 4 things today in case I already repeated that. And so when you start doing that, you're able to find those little things in life and enjoy those little things. So the first thing I want to tell you to do is practice gratitude. And the second thing I want to tell you to do is to be present. And I'm not talking about just be there. I'm talking about be present in the room. I can't tell you how many times I go to dinner out at a restaurant and I look around and there's a whole family eating dinner together and they are all scrolling on their phones. It's like they're not present. They're there, but they're not present. They're not being there involved, enjoying the time that they have with their family members. We never know when it will be the last time that we have with a family member. And so you want to be present. So that means what my family says, we say hang up and hang out. So put your phone down and hang out and let's talk and let's visit. I remember when my kids were little that we did a lot of talking in the car because we were always on the go. So if we were in the car, sometimes we'd have the radio playing, but most of the time the radio was off and we were talking. And whatever happens in the car stays in the car. So I taught my kids that you might be pissed at practice, but you don't say a word. And you get in the car, you can vent, and that's where it stays. And even to this day, it's so funny because they're all grown. But the minute we get in the car, the radios go off and conversation starts. So be present. Really listen. Listen to what they're saying. Not thinking about, all these other things I have to do, but listening to what the person is telling you and responding to that person. And then be that extra. So you're going to practice gratitude and you're going to be present in the moment. And the next thing I want to talk to you about is journaling. Journaling can be so therapeutic. You can literally do journaling several different ways. You can take out a piece of paper and a pen and just start writing whatever's on your mind. And that just starts getting all these thoughts out. You can do guided journal sessions where you are given a prompted question and you start writing, and a prompted question and you start writing. And those could be general topics or they could be one specific topic. I do a free guided journal session every month. You can check out my website, link in the bottom, to sign up for each month's thing. Or you can sign up for past sessions, and I will have links to those also where you can go back and watch those. They're always on topics. One's forgiving yourself, giving yourself grace, building your confidence, things like that. So every month it's something to make you be a better you, but it gives you the journal prompts to get your mind thinking on forgiving yourself for choices you've made in the past, moving past that and going forward into the future. You could also have just journal prompts where there are prompts that have a question and you answer it. I send out a weekly email to everybody on my email list. And in that, there is a journal prompt for you to use for that week. I will have a link down below if you want to get on to my newsletter and get that journal prompt. So journaling it gets the emotions out. It gets you thinking. It gets you feeling the feelings and processing the things. We don't want to stay in the past. We want to be in the present. We want to find the joy in the little things. So I'm going to encourage you, each day, find one thing and make it so special. I find so much joy in watching my grandbabies learn their hands. Right now, my little grandson is taking his little fingers and pinchers and he's picking up food and putting it in his mouth, and it's so freaking cute. The chubby baby hands. I can sit and watch him do that forever. I mean, it is so amazing. Just being a grandparent is amazing because I get to just indulge myself in those little things because I don't have to worry about cooking and cleaning and laundry and all that other kind of stuff. I want to encourage you, practice gratitude. 3 things every day that you're thankful for, never repeating the same thing. Journal, get it all out. Be present, be involved, because once you actually become present, you'll notice yourself becoming more and more present. And sometimes you lose track of time. Have you ever done something where you just absolutely lose track of time? I wanted to learn how to quilt one time, and I used to think that was so easy, like people just sewed material together, but there's so much more to it. So I took a quilting class, and it was a 6-week class. We met once a week and we worked on the pattern for our quilt, which is where I learned there's a whole lot to it. But I would get lost in that. The class was an hour long, and I mean, that would go like that. And whenever I'd be at home working on it, I mean, I would get lost. That is being present. You're thoroughly into the activity that you're doing and everything else stops. I want to encourage you to find 3 things that you can be present in, whether it's just you and something you're doing. Maybe you're coloring a page, not the TV, not social media, but being present in something. Maybe it's a phone call with a friend, things like that. Take this, run with it. Leave me some comments on how you practice joy in your life and how you find joy in your life. Maybe it's even out of other people's lives, like the Olympics. So until next time, go love yourself.